The people Showore is talking about, they are at a different prayer point everywhere all over Ondo State, asking for God to, you know what I mean, or asking for a sporty bet to pay them. Good luck, show on that, okay? We just know that all this only does one thing: expose the rotten system that Nigeria actually operates, and how much that is so detrimental to the growth and development of our people. Now, if they say something that doesn't really correlate with what they are doing, that tells you where you should look for the cause of or the result of supposed their actions rather than their words. So, Akere Dole want to take Ondo State governorship to grave. He wants to have a state burial. Or what is all of this? If you ask me, now who I go ask? Because that was what somebody told me, that one of the reasons why petrol is expensive in Nigeria was because Nigeria is importing the petrol, that the Nigerian refineries were not working. The moment Nigerian refineries start working, the price of petrol will crash. The moment a Dangote refinery starts working, the price of gas will crash. Now, the same people who told you that for years, after expending over 20 billion US dollars, reviving a dead refineries, they came back with their latest propaganda video. I was going to show you that a few days ago, but they added some useless sound to it to probably make it useless for me to use, so I just ignored it. It was them showing that they have laid cable, they have laid pipes, they have done this, they have done that. And by January, Port Harcourt refinery will start working. But it's not going to change your lives. That is what Melek Yari, okay, the ringleader of the cabal that could steal crude oil of hundreds of thousands of barrels out of Nigeria water undetected. Yeah, that's their chairman. He said, don't even think about it. Okay, why couldn't I just wait for 2024 first? Are you ready? Are you ready to buy your own per liter at 1,200 naira per liter? Boya Kenny, nice day. Listen.
And I think I can just get this for you. There are, if I remember part of it, you have over 4,800 illegal connections on our pipeline. Illegal connection. That means in some lines, within 100 kilometers of pipeline, Mr. Chairman, you will have as much as 300 insertions. That means every kilometer, you will have an insertion. And pipelines, for being what they are, if you continue this insertion, even when you seal it up, it can no longer hold the pressure that it will do. Therefore, even when you produce the oil, you cannot deliver them at the required pressure, and therefore the volume will also be lost. The situation we have in the Niger Delta in terms of security is a calamity. And I'm happy he spoke his mind, so let me also speak my mind. You don't have this situation anywhere else in the world. And I have the misfortune of sitting in very many fora where we are asked exactly what are you doing in your country, Mr. President, to engage non-state actors to protect critical access as the last resort for a solution to a massive challenge. It's very abnormal, sir. It's completely abnormal. It shouldn't have been, it should have happened. Talk less of even involving communities in security of assets. There will be total oil demand of up to 100 million barrels per day of oil equivalent in the energy mix. So oil and gas will not vanish. So oil will be bought for different purposes. It will be converted for different chemicals and different materials, but production of oil and gas will continue, but in a very cleaner way. And the countries that will survive this are those who are able to produce cheap, efficiently, and quickly to the market. And our plan is to make sure that we become a player in that space so that our cost becomes low and people will buy from us. This is the plan. But in terms of the transition itself, we are focused on gas because we are actually a gas country and we're not an oil country. It's actually a gas country with associated oil. But we have historically focused on oil production because producing gas takes longer time, taking it to the market, and also it has lower margin. And therefore, everybody is focused on oil that comes to the table quickly, and also it has bigger margin. And everything is changing now. Gas is the transition fuel. We are focused on creating the domestic gas infrastructure. We are already delivering them.
The 2024 Appropriation Bill, the budget of renewed hope, laid before us by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, is predicated on the oil benchmark of $77.86. And also, the output projection is 1,780 million barrels per day in terms of crude. And as you're all aware, there are a lot of uncertainty in the oil markets. The oil price is coming down and the benchmark is going up. And I believe we need clarification. Also, as at last appropriation bill, we are doing 1.2, 1.3 million per barrel. Now, we are having 1.780 million per barrel as contained in the Appropriation Act submitted by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
It is smoke Igbo. It is taking Indian.
So Nigeria, oil producing country, the supposed one of the biggest military on the continent, but cannot protect, not just our citizens, it cannot protect our critical infrastructure, that they have to hire militants to help them protect pipelines, using the cats to guard a roasted beef. It cannot even, sorry, I wanted to remember one line of Tifnumbu's quote, on electricity. It's all right. So it's pretty much, given the, paying oil vendors to protect the pipelines. And then they told the world that they were targeting 1.8 million barrels a day. Of course, they're not getting 1.8 million barrels a day, but they won't tell you that because they know it's not all about those numbers. You are living in a voodoo economy. Okay? And there, he said he wanted to say his mind. And his mind is that it's not normal. It doesn't make sense. Of course, it doesn't make sense, but a lot of you who are saying that is exactly what they are doing. You are expecting them, or you are expecting something fruitful to come out of that. Something progressive, something positive. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. Anyway, I'll go to the next one because it seems that we are dealing with resources here now, Abi. That's for the Niger Delta. So meanwhile, you see, they went to COP28 as well, climate change, where they are campaigning to stop the use of a fossil fuel, right? All this petrol, all these things, they want to stop them by 2030. Here you get. So Nigeria went there with the largest delegation, probably who has nothing to do with climate change. Only for them, after spending 3 billion naira, to say, no, we are not going to, what do you mean that we should stop selling crude oil? Are you imagining? If Nigeria stops selling crude oil, where we go see money? We'll do it cleaner. We'll do a cleaner crude oil extraction. The entire Niger Delta. if those who are campaigning for climate change and going after the fossil fuel and all of that, if they really need a place where they need an example of a place that will make them believe that the world is going to collapse, it's going to end by the end of 2024, take them to Niger Delta. Let them spend just 2 months in Niger Delta. Take sample of the soil, the water, and everything there. And then they will tell you how many years they have been living like that. The country that brought 1,411 people to Dubai to discuss climate change has nothing to do with climate change. It's just a jamboree. And whatever money that can come from that, they can take it to buy electric cars, electric vehicles, or electric buses, even though they don't have electricity in the country. It's all just for, give us the money, because it's all fraud, if you ask me. But people live in dangerous environments that humans have made dangerous for them. And they don't give a damn. Same thing with those who are living in poverty. In far away Nasarawa. You see, you know, Nasarawa, Zamfara, they are among the poorest of the poorest states in Nigeria, though they shouldn't. How many of you remember this Zamfara gold story there? You remember this? 2020. No, sorry. Yeah, 2020.
Gentlemen of the press, good afternoon. I welcome you to this briefing, which is organized to inform our fellow compatriots in the country and the world at large about a strategic decision by my administration to establish a gold reserve for Zamfara State. This strategic decision is part of the effort to prop up the economy of the state and guarantee the economic and social well-being of our people now and in the future. It is also the first of its kind by any state in the Federation. For a start, we have purchased 31 kilograms, not grams, kilograms of gold, wholly mined and refined by our artisanal miners. We will subsequently continue to buy gold from our local miners so as to gradually improve the reserve. The precious metal will be deposited in a designated bank. Even though our state, like other states of the Federation, is grappling with competing demand from the public and the resource at our disposal is mega, we feel it is utmost significance to invest in future of our people. One of the lessons.
Now you remember. Zamfara gold for Zamfara people. Bayelsa oil for the entire Nigeria. That is the code. But the guy only man. Politicians are like, no. Do you want me to tell you what this guy did? That's the guy who stole 50 cars as a former governor. He was defeated in an election, right? And when he was leaving, he took 50 cars, government cars, and he took them away. They had to go to court to get them back from him. He is still in court to get those cars back as well. He is also the Minister of Defense in Nigeria today as a compensation for not becoming governor again. But you know what happened to this guy? He became governor of that state in 2019 as a PDP governor. Now, you see, in that 2019, as PDP, who won through court and order, okay? Suddenly, Fulani terrorists, all kinds of terrorists, they just took over the states. They went after all the farmers, the farmlands. They started slaughtering people in villages, chasing them away. Nobody knew what that was all about. Why would this be happening? Then this guy called for a peace meeting with the terrorists, brought them into the government house, made a deal with them, gave them money at the time. The total money he gave to them was $780 million. You can go and Google that. 780 million naira, rather. He came back to say they were deceived. The terrorists duped them. The terrorists deceived them. Because the deal was, according to him, the terrorists will not kidnap people anymore. And they will release the people they have kidnapped, at least 50% of them. And they collected that money. They were given cars. They were given all of that. But the killing didn't stop. Okay? Then from the blues, this guy brought out gold. Those are real gold, though. They are not fake. Oh. They are real golds. I mean, on this platform, I have shown the lands where these poor people, where they are like extracting and using their bare hands and bowl and buckets and all that to extract the gold dust from it, the gold rust or whatever from the, they were killing people, taking over their farms and looking for gold. So the Zamfara people didn't know that the deal Matawale made with the terrorists was that as long as they will sell the gold to him, they will never be prosecuted for their crime. And that's exactly what he did. They brought all the gold to him in order to give them immunity and make it look legit. He made that video and presented that gold, Zamfara gold, that belongs to Zamfara. And he told them that he was taking the gold to a private deposit in Dubai, UAE. And the money from it, Zamfara will use that to build schools, hospitals, and build things and all of that stuff. Baba, it's been over 7 months. Ask the people of Zamfara, where is their gold now? A bar of that gold is 63,000 US dollars. You see one bar of this gold. I'm coming over. It's not fake. For a closer look, they put them in boxes. I'll show you one here. Take a look at this one.
So, yeah, as you can see, this is it. This is all of it. Yeah. So, yeah, as you can see, this is it. This is all of it. Yeah.
I don't know the value of the total money he made from it, but he publicly said it's for the Zamfara people. I know they've told you how much he stole from you in 4 years, Abi. Ask yourselves, how much do you think Matawale, as the governor of Zamfara, invested in terrorism, using Zamfara state money to invest in terrorism, armed terrorists, and his gain is that gold? Can anybody ask him, where is that gold now? Where are they now? You see the value of all those gold, right? If they still exist at all, if he has not converted them to money, and then or probably converted them to his assets, because they know that the paper money will eventually, lose complete value. Dollars, pounds, all those money will lose value at some point, right? Or gold will never lose its value. So now, Matawale has secured the supposed future of his own children with the gold that were extracted on the blood of innocent people in Zamfara that will never get justice. Think about that. Just think about that. And Zamfara is just an example. Imagine how many governors in Nigeria, how many senators in Nigeria have invested in different kinds of terrorism in Nigeria to extract any resources they can get. Oh, hang on. Dele Alakori said something today about that. He said, powerful Nigerians are funding terrorism because of the resources of Nigeria that they are stealing. Oh, yeah, he said that today. But you knew that before now. The question is, how many state governors are arming criminals because of whether your own lithium, your gold, your this, your that, all over the country? Just close your eyes and think about the the picture I just painted for you right now in Zamfara, where because they wanted to take the gold under your land, they had to slaughter thousands of people, turn some of them to refugees that will never return to their ancestral land and ancestral home anymore, because the government has no plan of returning them. Think about that. Before I go to my next one, I think I still have one more thing to say, and that is, listen to me. You can pretend that there could be a reward for bad behavior that is different from what you are experiencing in Nigeria today. Somebody, I mean, you're working for government, but everybody don't turn to beggars in Nigeria now. Maybe not everybody, but people have turned to like begging, and everywhere you turn to, people that are being paid. You go somewhere now, you enter a shopping mall to go and do shopping. The security guard at the entrance, they will be expecting you to give them money. Everywhere you turn to, they want you to give them money. At the airport, the police, on the street, where you are parking, where everywhere. And it is what actually sells Nigeria. And the more you probably know this, and people got exposed more, no, it's not going to change. I wanted to say maybe it will change. It will never change. These are the consequences. Or let me say, this is one of the consequences of having consequences of having failed criminals, career criminals as your leaders. Also, this is also a textbook definition of everything that is wrong with Nigeria. You can live in denial. You cannot, by any means, really deny reality. Can you?
Happened to me in the new Nigeria airport. This custom woman asked me to give her 5,000 naira for no reason.
5,000. I not get. Okay, bring 3. I not get. Talk with her, I'll give you. How much you have? Come put this in for your bros, no to go. Now you give, I not be see. Take. I know for level. Give me 2. And I'll give you this.
Oh, wow.
You want to most stay here? I don't carry my kind of food stuff I carry. I don't declare it. I know they give you 2. Now talk to Shella, I get time. Yeah. I don't give you 1K, so you tell me say no, I give her 1,000. Mama, where they carry the bag they go now? No, leave my here. No. Mama, stop. I don't want to be rude, I beg. I don't want to be rude, please. Rude, not rude. Why are you doing this now? Call your OC, if you want to call your OC now. Give me 1,000. For what? Mama, I don't want to be rude, I beg. Go ahead. I don't want to be rude. Go ahead. What you sow is what you reap. Go ahead. I don't want to sow anything. What you sow is what you reap. Go ahead. How can you give me 1,000 for what? I don't even pay 5,000. Come down to 2.
And you know something? In a society where a lot of you have tried to excuse bad behavior for your leaders, whether they are your religious leaders, community leaders, tribal leaders, ethnic leaders, political leaders, and all those people you try to kind of make them our leaders. Because a lot of you have that same bad behavior too. Things that if you are caught on camera, your children will never be proud of you. And these are the people who are so religious. So somebody who is trying to collect bribe. For what? Give me something or I will delay you. A guy shared his story. And his story was that he had what do you call it? He had a scholarship, kind of, to relocate to the United States. And this was years back. Said, then he was at the airport and he had his ticket to board the aircraft. And when that time came and they just said, well, they have to like wait for the next one. They have to wait for the next one. There is no seat. Okay. I mean, I bought my ticket. They allocated me a seat. How come there is no seat? Now, cut the long story short, he said he saw other people there who have been there for days, who couldn't go back home because they couldn't find them seats on Nigeria Airways. Then Nigeria still had the airways. That's why I said years ago, it's a long time ago. Corruption, no. But you know why? They said after about 2 weeks, he was there for 14 days. 2 weeks. He said it was like they were sleeping on the floor at the airport. Then one prominent person who was just like popular sought somebody off to the airport and saw him, and they kind of recognized one another and was like, okay, yeah, what are you doing here? We thought they said you left for America. I was like, well, I'm still here. I've been at this airport for 2 weeks now. They couldn't find a seat for me. I was like, oh, okay, hang on. Let me see if I can. Then he sort of spoke to one or two people there at the airport, and yeah, okay. Then suddenly they said, hey, we found you a seat. Oh, they found me a seat. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. He packed his stuff and everything and he found himself on the plane. To his own surprise, he said the entire plane was empty. That the number of people or passenger on that plane that day, they couldn't be up to 10 or 20, or they couldn't be 20. There were seats everywhere. So it was later that he realized that for the past 2 weeks, Nigerian aircraft they have been coming and they have been leaving Nigeria empty. They will come to Nigeria and drop people instead of taking people back outside Nigeria to, commercially. They were leaving empty. Why? Because some immigration officers or staff of the airports, they were demanding for bribes. They were making the passengers believe that the seat is overbooked. They can only access their own seat if they bribe them. And because some of them won't bribe them, they remain there for their original seats. And that was how, or should we say, the beginning of the end of Nigerian Airways until it dies. Look at that woman, an immigration officer who only wanted a bribe of 5,000 naira. Do you know what is 5,000 naira in pound sterling? Son? Ma? Sir? Bro? Oh, I'll tell you. It's just about 3 pounds. The immigration officer wanted a 3 pounds bribe from a traveler. And if he's not going to give her, she would delay him to miss his flight. Then he can compare the loss of having to miss his flight and buy a new ticket, or give her a 5,000 naira and continue his journey. She's a Christian. And he said, I don't want to be rude to you, ma. I don't want to be rude to you. I'll give you 1,000. I don't want to be rude to you. Please don't move my luggage. Do you know what she said? Don't worry now. Try and be rude now. Shebi, you know that you will get your repercussion, which means if you disrespect me as an older person, something evil will happen to you because you disrespected older person. She is also a Christian. I have sort of extended the video. That's why you didn't see the whole video. She had a Redeemed Church wristband on her wrist. They are the type that will be quoting Bible and Quran. You know what they say mostly, especially students who have to deal with school registrars and different other, when you are doing this, your registration of your courses, verification of your own admission and the rest of that. And when you go to the boss's office and all those registration office and you meet all these women there, this mama that are just like exceedingly like, they are like witches. The ones when you go to the government buildings, you want to transact with the government and you see all the civil servants who are just like mean and all that. And you're like, hang on, no. Even in your university, everywhere, you say, hang on, no. On Mother's Day, everyone's mama na the best. Oh, my mom is the most beautiful mother, the most compassionate, appealing mother. Everyone mamas be the best mama on Mother's Day. I beg, whose mama be those ones where they make life hell for people? On those campuses. Students always ask that. I say, whose mama be those ones? And you know what I mean? Anyway, I thought it is ideal to let you know that the corruption that has eaten deep in Nigeria, some go even they quote Bible and Quran for you when they want to scam you or take a bribe from you, when they want to go the route of their usual way, the Nigerianness in them. I will delay you. You are the one who is going to lose. I will call your OC. Call my OC. Call them. If you want to grow old, if you want to grow old, you will not disrespect elders. Elders that is asking for bribe. That is Nigeria, where abnormalities are always sort of normalized. Don't ever forget that. Now, listen, for those of us who have been here for like the last 2 hours, okay? See, you need to now take a moment and go on and like the video. It's so important you do that, okay? It is called your offering. The next stop is going to be me taking a break, make myself another cup of tea. Now I'll come back and take calls. I want to take calls too tonight. So get yourselves ready, everyone. And then when I get back, okay, we can have a chat for a few minutes. We'll call it a night. Like the broadcast, please.
I already did PT this morning.
Thank you very much.
So
Oh, Ahmed, is that you?
Yeah, Maigun, how far now?
Adeo, Ahmed, how are you?
Adeo, it's in the office.
Same old. And how are you doing? Like, normal, how are you doing? I mean, considering our last conversation on this platform, you know. So
I mean, just deal.
You're getting done, right? accept our
Àwọn ọlọ́mọ ti
condolences
lọ.
again. I can only imagine.
I mean,
You know.
Him don't go rest. All this wahala. Ọjọ́ kan náà ṣáà ní ó ṣáà
He
ti tán.
wouldn't have to bother
Don't
himself
finish.
about Nigeria
I
anymore.
mean,
That is even a peace
yeah.
of mind that one gets, of course. Unfortunately. But yeah. Go on, Baba.
Now this last video where you post with this woman, the extort person.
Right.
You know, say all this while, I don't forget. I go try look for the memory card, make I extract some videos, send that. I don't, as in my mind, each time I speak, you know, sometimes we go day on one discussion, I go just forget.
I know.
Get some 1 or 2 videos where I won't send to you when they enter Nigeria last year now. The waiting happen with say now you get one shade where they wear like that. So shade here only camera.
Oh.
So you got to mo airport no got on camera on. Ibi tí wọ́n ti ń gba owó tí wọ́n ti ń fún wọn lówó, all those kind of things, all the rubbish that they do for airport.
So you were able to capture that. I won't mind.
Now look, I they look you. I go they look you so as I they look you. Now record I they record you. But you know the glasses. You know go even know say only camera. You know go notice.
Except if you really pay attention
shade.
to it, like if you
only if you pay attention. Now you go see them.
So does that just record straight to your phone? I'm looking for one. It's always good like a spy camera like that. Especially me that wear lenses. I could put one on, even if it's not a shade. I could put any on.
But this one not dark shade. Because now they like dark shade. So I wear them. You go connect and you go put memory card inside. Oh man, the memory card any gig if you put them.
Really?
So if you just want start, you get where you go just hold it. When you hold them, you go just start. You go start to the record.
Okay.
And you record for as long as how many minutes. I go check if there is any way safe. I feel check, make I help you other one safe as a gift from me to you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's so kind of you. Yeah, sure.
If any
of them,
if we did, maybe I go email you or something so that we I will find way help you.
Let's talk about that airport scenario.
So that make you the use. Yeah.
I mean, I would love that say, like I want to, because 2024 I want to travel. I promise I want to travel in 2024. And some of them I don't think I want to see. I mean, I don't want to be like carrying my phone on for some of them. But yeah, a gift. Love that.
No, I will connect. I go know as I will take.
We'll talk. Yeah, nice, Baba. That's very generous.
I mean, as for Niger now, as Niger day now, you know now. They will continue to do their thing. But later I go. When I know to get anything to talk, also me as in because I think got to share also smoke as in I go forget. Oh, Allah now, make I just allow someone. Now everything I say, make I just.
I know. Just get some, get yourself some what do you call it? Some well-deserving rest, okay?
And weekend D, most travel weekend D. Mobilize see Poland.
Oh yeah, for officially, yeah.
Officially, yeah.
So that's you back to work. Typical African. You have braced up, yeah. No, you are just gonna keep him in your heart, Abby. I mean, like man has to do what he has to do anyway. You know what?
I mean, I'm going continue movement. No, we go just cut down.
That's why we say that if you live your life, see, I mean, if you live your life like, if you live every day like it's your last, it simply means you will never waste a day in your life to do good when you can. So.
Of course.
One day, people will talk about us too. Oh, do you remember that Mayegun? Oh, well, I mean, it happens, okay? People will see. I mean, man will still have to do what he has to do. Ahmed,
we have to do what we have to do. We just have to keep pushing. So now, I appreciate me. My regards to family. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and same to yours too. Okay, cheers, man.
Okay.
Now I have another caller on the line. Yeah. Hello.
Hello, my ear.
Irumole, Baba, is that you?
How you doing, Baba? Good evening,
I
my
just did,
good brother. How are you?
same old, though.
How is
How's
madam
everything?
and my children? How them they?
Everybody did too.
They,
They're just like,
they enjoy they enjoy our small rain and cool weather for
getting
Basildon.
ready, getting
Wetin
ready
we
for,
go do for yourself?
getting ready for Christmas, aren't you?
Get the little money we don't save again.
They will make
Time
you
to
do
be
it.
spent now.
They will make you do
I'm telling
Christmas, something
you.
you just be like, come on.
The,
Anyway,
today, your sister don't send me message as she dey work from home. Say, see, this is the game your boy said he wants. When I check the game, 100 and something pounds.
wow.
I'm not waiting person to do. All these children, they don't know say they only say UK self now UK bang lava. They know they understand.
Baba, they don't
London,
care because they didn't
now
beg
last
us.
Baba,
They didn't beg us
now
to
last
bring them
London,
here.
last UK, now every day, forget that thing. But thank you for the good job.
Thank
God
you.
will strengthen you. I'm not gonna lie for you.
Amen.
No day easy. You see, in times of this Japa,
Baba.
I remember before I gave birth to my daughter, I think my daughter is 21 now. There is this, it's like an area brother, Sha. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Amen.
That brother don't die. He gave visa that time. I think he spent, so I'm not mistaken because we are very close. You know, all those Egbon Adigbo, understand me? That's a mean, right? The name. Just get that visitors visa. Go Germany, don't get paper issue. They can't bring and come back. So the Egbon when they try to go back again. By then, I don't give back to my daughter for Nigeria. So one day we'll just kind of sit down discussing. And he was telling me that, see, I go believe, say, the UK visa when you want to do, then they are doing this drop box. If you have any Schengen visa before, you don't need to appear. Their office is in, they have is it DHL office or UPS around there. That before that Bagada, that is where they are doing the drop box. Because I saw the bros go there. And to cut long story short, I think it was spending close to about, so I'm not making mistake then, over 800,000 naira. After he left for UK, he come back again. With that 6 months, he didn't really stay. He just say, okay, he wants to come and do 2 years. They've increased the visa fee then. And we started having another conversation, but they've increased this visa fee at Moncon. I can't tell him, I said, no, I no lie for you. Me, I don't sit down, check. By then, I'm not gonna lie for you. But I never even get visa out. I get passport, I get in touch and say, I want to
leave this place.
Now all those kind of exams like but we don't travel, get experience, we say we would talk together. I said, one day, what my spirit they tell me, say, people go they pay like between 5 to 10 million to run come off for Nigeria. If they don't say, that's more. What say they talk to? Oh, boy, you took many. You know, then now, I'm talking of like maybe 2004, 2003, 2004. You see the kind of amount. I say, bro.
How could somebody have such money and still want to leave Nigeria? Is that why he screamed?
Yeah, no, as in, everybody does the one that say, waiting be that way I think reach there. What make me the prophesy this kind thing? I said, well, the kind of suffer will they suffer for this country. Now make me talk like this. Then no, you understand me? But you see, when this jackpot thing come they happen, I get one friend, I like Jackie, is in France. So when they talk about 2 days ago with one of our party again for USA, I say, I like Jackie, remember those times when they look for visa up and down? Remember that thing I tell you, say, people would take between 5 to 10 million, they look for visa to run come from Nigeria. Say, Baba, so you talk more. That is Nigeria for you, Baba. Make Nigeria not happen to us.
Amen.
And you see, with these conditions, we then they give people, you see these ones, To be one family, maybe like 2 people, husband and wife, 2 children, you understand me, or 3 kids, and still they spend like 20, 25 million. About 2024, people will be spending 40, 50 million when Nigeria begin happen really to people. I'm telling you, it's coming. You understand me? You see, you can't blame the British people, you can't blame the Canadians, you can't blame the EU, even in Sweden. Today, Baba, I have a conversation with one of my good boys for Sweden today. Swedish government has changed their rules too.
They are also
Same
changing.
way
A lot of them are
you
changing
see,
next year,
see,
and they are
same
already
way,
announcing it.
see, same way, the UK changed their immigration law. Same way, the Swedish government has changed their own. That boy was telling me, now my good boy, that Baba, you know, before, if you have just visitor visa, asylum for Sweden, I'm a phone way now, come. Say nothing like that again, Baba. Marriage, I get somebody we don't date Nigeria now since 2 years. March 5th go make 2 years on marriage from Sweden. And somebody go back to Nigeria, go apply. Baba, they never answer them up to now. I don't know how that guy they cope. Since 2 years. March next year go make 2 years now. We don't talk this morning. He just lost my father. He sent me the what they call it, the burial ceremony something. Now we discuss religious. Guy, you still there, Nigeria? I don't want to mention his name because some people will know me, where they students, you know, I'm understand me. So I don't want to say. You understand me? So that is Nigeria for you. And you know, I say the one of that airport, Baba, don't just go there. The guy that make that video, maybe that is his first time of traveling through that our Muritala Mohammed Sheikh Airport. It happens every day on daily basis. Princess Balogun know very well. My only brother worked in the airport with the tax force, the special tax force, DSS. My only brother works in the airport. Ask Princess Balogun. If you did online, you hear this thing. I'm not going to mention my brother. I mean, that is my only brother. You understand me?
Happy with you.
This last my trip, I went in August, just this August. No, September 13th.
3 months ago.
When we landed, most of us, as we always talk, say, it get the way we dey love our oppressors in different ways, which is you did very, very right. You get my point? Now, you go believe, say, when we landed in the morning, you understand me, around after 5 from Virgin, as we are coming out, same passenger that were on the same that flight, there are people there, they brought out their phone, they started calling people. You know what they do? Baba, koro, as we are coming out, they are giving some guys, they don't wear uniform, all this stuff. You just see one like ID card on their neck, they will turn it upside down. They give them like 5,000 naira. They call it VIP. They take them through that VIP. But you that doesn't know all those kind of funny ways, you understand me? Are you or you know it, you don't want to be part of it, you understand me? You will be on the queue to stamp your duty, to stamp your passport, for them to stamp your passport out. Baba, all of us, we are still going to wait.
That queue where they are stamping passport. I was on that queue for about 40-45 minutes after we landed.
Yeah, sometimes you spend like 1 hour or more than 1 hour. That's what I'm saying.
People, you know, children,
Baba,
women, children who have been on a flight, tired. I saw that too.
Maigu, the only people that are supposed to use that VIP, which is supposed to be like priority, are elderly people from age of 60 and women with kids. But those people are on the same queue that will spend almost 1 hour. They have all these their touts, they use all those immigration officers like customs, you understand me? Quarantine, all those people. They say, money passenger come. That is how they use the word. I have one passenger. You understand me? Most of us, see, we in the diaspora, you understand me? Some of us will patronize all this shit. I call it shit. Sorry to use that language. Most of us, if we are going to Nigeria, I don't want to stay on that key for 1 hour. I have somebody at the airport. I'll just, you understand me, fast track. They'll just once you come out from
So that's why
the
people
flight,
like that woman will never be. I mean, the airports in Nigeria will
stop.
never run out of people like that. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. That is why that kind of thing will never stop at our airport.
Irumole, let me
I
take
was
another
telling
call.
like 2, yeah.
Thank you
So
so much, Baba.
that one will never stop. You understand me? So most of us will patronize them. I won't lie to you.
And then we
So
come
that
out to
video that
complain
that boy is
about
doing
them. Abi?
about them,
We come out and say, I mean, this airport, this Nigeria is so
where are
good.
the
Meanwhile, we do patronize them codedly, right? Or
them too? That is it.
Irumole, thank you so much because of our time.
So
Okay,
thank
let me
you,
take
Baba.
another one, sir.
Look, I give you another person
God
time. We
bless
will
you. Send
talk
me well to
later.
those kids, eh?
Okay,
Tell them
thank
we
you.
say hi, yo. How you
You
doing?
too,
Say
yeah,
hi.
bye. Yeah,
Bless you, Baba.
yeah, bye.
That's good.
Thank
Now, I have another caller on the line, and I want to believe that should be the African Wahala. Is that you?
Yes, sir. It's the African Wahala.
Oh, comrade, dear brother. How are you today, sir?
I'm very good, my brother.
Great.
I just wanna thank you, for putting it all on the line.
Thank you.
You've gone through many phases of this, of speaking out against the evil that we're all going through.
That's right.
Now you're at a phase where it's a lot of sacrifice. Many people might not understand, but you've put yourself in a position of risk. And I just want to appreciate you for that.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you for being a solid man. Yeah.
Thank you, man.
So, I wanted to talk about one of my favorite people in Nigeria, Omoyele Sowore.
Sure.
During the last elections, people were saying, Sowore needs to go back to the States. He needs to go and build up his reputation. That's what people were saying. So it seems like things are beginning to fall in place organically because Akere Diole